Life by You has revealed a ton of new information, and we are about to go over all of it. So, firstly, Life by You tweeted this out. We're all about customizing these rides. What color and style of transportation are you going to use? And here is a close up on the pictures. We have a car right here. I feel like they are really rubbing it in that The Sims 4 does not have any form of vehicles yet. All they have are bicycles. If you look at this picture, you can see quite a bit of detail here. There's reflections on the top of the vehicle. You can see the leaves from the trees. It looks so good. And of course, we can see the front license plate says Paradox 1, which really is a nice touch. But this car just looks so high quality. I'm actually really impressed with how it looks. The next image is of this motorcycle, and you can see this green ring that appears beneath the player. I'm not sure how I feel about that. The next image is a person on a skateboard. I'm very happy to see that. And once again, we do see a green circle beneath the player. And here in the background, we get to see all of the individual leaves. It looks really nice and really detailed. I'm not sure if this game has gone through a graphic upgrade since the last time we saw it, but I am noticing that the graphics do seem to look better. And a person tweeted Life by You asking if they would have motorized scooters, bicycles, or anything of that nature. And they replied back with an image saying, motorized scooters, you say? And we get to see just that in the image. Here is a close up of the image. And once again, we have a green circle beneath the player. So I guess that is something that we will just have to deal with. Maybe it's something that we can turn off. I kind of hope so. It's a little distracting, I feel. But once again, in the background, you can see all of the detail happening. I really do appreciate this. The game looks visually really nice. And here we do get to see a little wired basket on the front of a bicycle, which is absolutely adorable. So we did get a nice sneak peek of the transportation options, and I'm really happy to see it. I really wish we had transportation in The Sims 4, but hopefully, maybe one day they will add it. After they tweeted all of that, later on, they actually put out their very first official blog post. There was so much information in this blog post, so we're going to go over it. They say that they are looking forward to sharing new content, providing updates, and offering sneak peeks into the development process through these blog posts. And this particular blog post will be going over the life stages topic. A lot of people have had a lot of questions about life stages, me included, so I was so happy to see this come out. The first question is, what life stages will be available for early access? And the answer is teens, adults, and elders are targeted to be available at the start of early access. They are still working on children, and they are not sure yet if children will be available to play in early access. They say this will depend on how development of child visuals and bug fixing goes over the next few months. We have already created content for children and also feel that the gameplay is rewarding. However, we need time to bring visual charm and make sure that this life stage is working properly. Infants and toddlers will be included in the base game eventually, and we have designed our systems with them in mind. Both have been prototyped and play tested in development, but need additional polish and design to reach what we consider to be an acceptable quality bar for gameplay depth and visuals. The team strongly believes that these life stages are important to the player experience and absolutely belong in the base game in order for the game to be considered feature complete. So this is official. Teens, adults, and elders are going to be available to play in early access. Children, it is not determined yet if they will be there at any point in early access. Now, if you remember, early access is set to be 12 months long, but could actually extend longer. It really just depends on how early access is going to go. And it does sound like we will not get any chance to play infants and toddlers at all in early access. Of course, this could change later. They do not say that you will not be able to play them in early access, but it does seem that they are hinting at that quite strongly. But they will be there in base game, which I am happy for. And I do agree. The game will not be complete unless infants and toddlers are there. So I am glad that they understand that that has to be there. The next question, what life stages will be eventually included in the base game, was answered. They say infant, toddler, child, teen, adult, and elder will all be included in the base game eventually. So, one thing of interest to me is that we only get adult. There is not a young adult at all. You just go from teen to adult to elder. And I'm honestly not sure how I feel about that. I'm so used to having a young adult that it kind of feels like it is missing. How will aging work? Is it gradual or in stages? Right now, aging follows the progression of in-game time, and each human will have a birthday every year and go up 1 year in age. Visuals and animations are tied to life stages themselves and will update when a new life stage is achieved. We are still fine-tuning the visuals across all of the life stages in the game right now. We can't wait to see what you think of aging. So this is a major area where we will be watching player feedback. What will be the unique elements to each life stage? Is school a thing for kids and teens? We are still adding lots of content to the game between now and early access, and we'll continue to add content throughout the early access process. Right now, we are working on making sure interactions are age appropriate to the life stage's capabilities. The types of interactions a child versus an adult or elder will differ. Our system lets us select which life stages or a combination of life stages and interaction appears. For example, only teens and older will be able to cook the full range of recipes. We want to make sure they're careful around sharp objects. Only adults can go to work and perform jobs, careers. There are plans for a children's school to be added eventually, and will likely follow a similar gameplay system to jobs, not be a rabbit hole. University gameplay is not currently planned for the base game, as it's a deep topic with a lot of design implications for the game. So this is interesting. You will be able to go to school with your kids, but it is not here yet. And it does look like it is still very much in a planning stage. Under dating and relationships, they say that dating will unlock between teens at the teen life stage and specifically between adults at the adult life stage. And that was it for the blog post. It was actually quite lengthy and very informative. And honestly, I'm just really excited to see this level of transparency. I can't think of too many other games out there that have been quite as transparent as this game company has been. And I really do appreciate it. After the blog post, they started receiving a ton of questions about it. So they tweeted out answers to each question. Are life stages affected by age? If so, at which ages do life stages change? This is a really good question and was the first question I had upon reading about the life stages. Yes, right now, life stages are determined by specific age ranges. We want to make sure that these ranges feel right, so no specific ages to share yet, and stay tuned. Are there any plans to add preteens, tweens, or more elderly stages? Additional life stages are definitely something we would consider. However, we're currently focusing on making sure that the life stages we do have are fulfilling and interesting to play. So this is not something that will be there in the game, but they are not ruling it out for the future. How fast does time pass? And how long does a day of time take? At normal speed, 1 minute of game time equals 1 second of real time. It pretty much sounds very similar to how The Sims 4 does it, which I am completely okay with. And just a few days ago, Life by You dropped even more information. This team has been busy this last week making sure everybody stays informed. Life by You uploaded a brand new video to YouTube explaining how to manage households. I'll link it down below, so make sure you go check it out. In their video, they started off by explaining that this game is still in development and can change. So what you see here may not be the final product. So from here, you will be able to add new housemates. You click add new and you then get an array of options. Add partner, add sibling, add housemate, add parent, add teenager, child, and baby. There is also the option to add from library. From here, we do get to see the character library, and there are a few characters here that you can select from. You do have the option of saving your characters to your character library as well. It really does kind of remind me of the Sims 4 gallery. At this time, though, we do not know if builds will be handled in the same way where you can save it to a library or not. It also looks like you can add characters at random to your game while you're playing. Very, very similar to the Sims 4 gallery function. You can add the new characters that you're bringing from your library to your household or somebody else's household. So you are not required to have that person specifically added to your own household. You can always send them off to another one. So there was a lot of information given, and I definitely recommend to go watch the video from their YouTube. It's only about 4 minutes long, but overall, I am honestly really happy with what we are seeing. So much detail has been given about this game over the last week, and it's honestly refreshing. I wish more game companies would do this. Let me know down below in the comments what you're thinking of this game. Are you starting to get excited for it? Let me know. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and to hit the subscribe button, as I am a small channel and every little bit of engagement supports me. Thank you so very much for watching, and I hope all of you have a lovely, lovely day. Bye guys.